Hi, I'm Jimmy. In this video, we're looking at my two personal investment portfolios. We're going to look quickly at the companies that I own that are in each of the two portfolios, why I have the two different portfolios, why they're separate. And then we're going to look at how the performance was in 2025. Now that 2025 is officially done, how did I perform? How did I do against the market? Things like that. And then what is the plan in 2026 with both of these portfolios? Okay, so my first investment portfolio is what I call the long-term buy and hold portfolio. This is it. I've done videos on this portfolio in the past, and I made a few adjustments throughout the year for this. So Intel was in here. I sold out of Intel at a slight loss. I also recently sold out of WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery. That one, I sold at a pretty good gain. And that one, WBD, there's talk about them being bought out by Paramount or being bought out by Netflix. Either way, the stock price jumped up a decent amount. So I took that as an opportunity to close that out as a gain. So overall, this portfolio has done fairly well. And it is fairly tech heavy, but we'll come back to that in a few minutes. But this portfolio over the past year is up about 38%. So not too bad. When we compare that to the S&P 500, well, compared to the S&P 500, throughout 2025, S&P 500 was up about 17.7%. So overall, I was fairly happy with this portfolio's performance. Again, did fairly well. The market in general did very well. And I was happy with the way that this performance went. Then we have the other portfolio. Now, the reason I have two, here's the situation. This one's actually a competition portfolio. So me and a few of my friends set up a investing competition. We started it earlier this year. We actually started it the end of the first quarter in 2025. So I suppose last year at this point. And it's a 5-year competition. So the idea here is that everybody's doing different investing strategies. Some guys are trading, some guys are doing options, things like that. These are the companies that I picked for this particular portfolio. My thought process, the reason why I'm calling this the high quality portfolio, is that if you buy high quality companies at a decent price. My other portfolio, long-term buy and hold, the plan there is to buy, companies at a great price. Try to buy good companies at a great price. This one, I was a little more loose with the pricing of when I was able to buy it. It doesn't have to be at a huge discount compared to the other portfolio. So it just kind of loosened up the rules for myself a little bit. I need to add more companies to this. There's actually rules in our competition about how many companies we need to have throughout the 5 years. I've got to get to 20 companies. So it's a start. Now, this portfolio, again, I get very tech heavy, so we'll deal with that in a second. But this portfolio is actually up almost 50%. And that was just since March. So this one I'm really happy with. I mean, I'm up 50% of my money since March. So not a long track record, but so far, performance-wise, I'm fairly good. Now, yes, the market over the entire year was up 17%, but you might remember that in March, the market had pulled back. So the S&P actually, since March, for true comparison point, was up about 22%. So 22 compared to my 48 or so. Again, I'm fairly happy with the performance so far, but obviously, a lot of that is because my portfolio has been very tech heavy. Now, just so we can kind of see a comparison point, these are the two portfolios versus the S&P 500. And last time I did a portfolio update, somebody pointed out to me that, okay, you've beaten the S&P 500, great, but shouldn't you really be comparing this to NASDAQ, since NASDAQ is really a tech stock and tech index, and my portfolio is far more tech heavy. Now, I haven't typically done that because I am trying to beat the S&P 500. I just happen to be in more tech because when I got into these positions, when the opportunities came, the bigger, better companies seemed to be more tech stocks recently. Although at this point, they might be a bit overvalued, but either way, it's a fair point. So with that in mind, I actually threw NASDAQ in here, and you can see NASDAQ over the past year up a bit over 20%. So did do better than the S&P 500. Again, tech stocks led a lot of the way, But again, I'm happy with my portfolio. So I really, just looking quickly at a summary of my portfolio, I'm fairly happy with the performance. I have no real complaints about what we've done up to this point. Going forward, though, I'm very aware of the potential issues here. I'm very aware that, I recently did a video on the potential of the amount of spending and the, let's say, lack of returns on AI investing and things like that. A lot of the companies that I currently own, companies that drove my portfolio up as much as they have gone, a lot of those companies appear to be fairly overvalued now. So it's probably getting to be high time that I consider, even if I don't trim some of those positions, certainly adding new positions in other industries and other sectors that could be good diversifiers, could perhaps be a value over there. And that is something that is my primary goal in 2026. I have to find additional investments that round out these two portfolios. Now, my high quality portfolio is the competition portfolio. That's a 5-year competition. And we're not even 1 year through it yet. So I need to find more companies there. But those ones, I'm looking for a bit shorter term returns. Now, I have done some options trading around them, like selling covered calls, things like that. But I will probably do some more of that while I look for new investments. So if you have any good investment ideas on companies that you think could be good undervalued companies, good long-term investments, buy and hold strategy type of investments, or perhaps high quality companies that maybe aren't trading at a good discount right now or at a big discount, but reasonably priced. If you have any like that, please let me know in the comments below. And besides that, if you want to sign up to get access to the Investors Grow website, where we try to make it quick and easy to analyze companies, I will leave a link right here, link in the description below. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.